Hello all, welcome back to Data Science Brain. In this video, we will see some of the ways we can explore data frame that we have created in our last video. In the previous video, we have explored ways in which we can create a data frame from different file formats like CSV file, Excel file, JSON data, and SQL data. And in this video, we will use the same data that we have received from Kaggle for doing the data exploration. So we will be seeing four major functions: the head, tail, info, and describe function that can be used for a quick look into the data frame. So first of all, let's see the head function. So the head function is used to see the first few lines or the first few rows of the data frame. So let us first connect. So in most cases, you might have to remount your drive where you have stored this CSV file. So all you need to do is click this button and mount it again. So once it is mounted, we can run our code. Let us run all the code that we have done in the previous video. And yeah, so let us start with the first function. So the head function, as I have told already, is used to see the first few rows of the dataset. So we can see it has returned the first 5 rows of our data frame, the climate data. We can also see the number of data or the number of rows that we wish to see by just passing in the number there. So let us see the first 10 rows by using the head function. So it has given us the first 10 rows in the data frame climate data. So the head function is used to see the first few rows of a data frame. Similarly, we have the tail function. The tail function is used to see the last few rows of the data frame. So just like we have seen the first few rows using the head function, we can use the tail function to see the last few rows. So let us run this code. As we can see, it has shown us the last 4 rows in our data frame climate data. We already know that the climate data has 100 rows. Okay, it is given here. So it has shown us the last 4 rows here. So similarly, as we have done for the head function, we can pass in a number here for the number of rows that we want to see from the last. So the next we will see the info function. So as we can see here, the info function provides a concise summary of our data frame, including the data types and the presence of null values. So it is a really handy tool for understanding the structure of our data. As we can see here, it has also told us the data types of each columns and how many of these data types, the columns are there. Also the memory usage and the number of columns as well. It is really useful when we want to understand the number of null values when we have a large data set with lots of columns. It will give us a correct estimate of the number of non-null or null values there. Also the data types. It will be really handy when we need to convert certain data types into other data types for data analysis uses. The next function is the describe function. So the describe function is a really handy tool for getting a quick statistical analysis of our data. So it will give us the mean, standard deviation, and percentiles of our data. It is a really powerful tool for understanding the distribution of our data. As we can see here, the mean temperature is 18 degree, the humidity is 62, and the minimum temperature was 6, and the minimum humidity was 23. 25th and 75th percentile is given as well, and the maximum temperature is recorded as 30. So it is giving us a really good handy tool for a quick statistical analysis of our data frame, especially for numerical values. So that concludes our video where we have explored some of the most important functions that we use for a quick data exploration: the head function, the tail function, and the describe function and the info function. So that's all about this video. So remember to practice what you have learned and don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments below.